Have you ever felt like your money just disappears? It's only the 5th of the month, and your balance is already gone. I've been there too, actually, quite often. Back then, I was still working a 9 to 5 with a standard minimum wage salary. But every end of the month, I was always struggling. It wasn't because of big expenses, but because of small things that unconsciously became habits. Lattes every morning, eating out for lunch, ordering delivery apps, scrolling through online marketplaces. It seems trivial, right? But it turns out those small things eventually drain your wallet too. And at that point, I came across a book titled The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So here's the thing. This book discusses a simple concept, but the impact is extraordinary. The multiplier effect of small habits. Darren Hardy says, we don't need giant steps to be successful. Just take small steps and do them consistently without stopping. It's just like saving $1 a day. If you're consistent over several years, can turn into thousands of dollars. But most people quit in the second month because they feel like, the results aren't visible yet. Imagine you have two choices. First, you're given $3,000 right now. Second, you're given 1 cent that doubles in value every day for a month. The majority of people would choose the $3,000. However, if you're patient, that 1 cent on the 30th day will become more than $5,000. That is the power of the compound effect. The problem is, we are an instant gratification generation. We want to be rich fast, lose weight in a week, and be successful tomorrow. But life isn't like a microwave. I want to tell you a story about a mother who sold burgers every day from her small home, a simple stall at the edge of an alley, 3 plastic tables, a large grill, and an endless spirit. She didn't go around. She traded in one place, waiting for customers to come one by one. Sometimes it was busy. Sometimes it was so quiet that only 1 portion sold all day. But this mother had one big dream. She wanted to buy a house. Not a luxury one, but enough to live peacefully, no more renting, no more moving every few years. The house she was eyeing cost $250,000. If you think about it, how is it possible to buy a house by selling burgers that cost only $3 a portion? I thought so too at first. But it turns out this mother had a strategy that not many people do. A routine investment of $1,500 per month into a savings instrument. This means every month she was strictly disciplined about setting her money aside. Now let's calculate together. If 1 portion of a burger costs $10 and the net profit is about $4 per portion, she would need to sell about 375 portions per month just to put into her savings. 375 portions divided by 30 days means about 12 to 13 portions per day. So, just by setting aside the profit from 12 portions a day, she could already save $1,500 every month. Usually, she sold 30 to 50 portions per day. This means she didn't have to work extra hard. She just had to be willing to set aside a portion of her sales for the future. And she was consistent month after month, year after year. In the first year, she had $18,000. By the 5th year, she had $90,000, not to mention the interest or the growth of her investment. As time went by, her savings grew rapidly. Her total savings eventually reached hundreds of thousands of dollars. But she didn't stop. She kept following the same pattern, wasn't tempted to withdraw the money, and didn't use it for random shopping. By the 10th or 12th year, she totaled it all up, and the result was enough to buy a $250,000 house in cash, no debt, no installments, and no help from anyone. All from portions of burgers saved slowly. I always think it's not about how much money we have, but about what we do with the small amounts of money we hold every day. That money could just vanish on snacks and instant gratification, or it could become the foundation of a big dream. As long as we are patient, consistent, and don't give up halfway. This burger seller story isn't just inspiring. It's real. She proved that from a small stall. A big dream can be born and realized not through a miracle, but through small habits that are constantly maintained. We fail not because we don't know how, but because we aren't patient. We want fast results. As soon as there's no change in a week, we immediately quit. I once tried saving $5 a day, but after only a week, there was a flash sale at 2 a.m. The savings immediately moved to the shopping cart. So actually, it's not about the amount, but the discipline. The compound effect teaches us one thing: big results come from small choices repeated every day. So, where should you start? 1. Be aware of unhealthy small habits. For example, constant snacking, constant scrolling, constant over. 2. Set reasonable small goals, like saving $2 a day or reading 5 pages of a book a day. 3. Build a system, not just motivation, because motivation can fluctuate, but a system keeps you going even when you're lazy. 4. Track your progress, because if you don't measure it, you won't know you've moved forward. You can keep going as usual, waiting for a windfall, or start changing small habits today and harvest the results later. You don't need to be rich immediately. You don't need $1 million right away. Just start today. I won't buy expensive coffee. Today, I'll read 1 page of a book. Today, I won't open e-commerce apps. Wealth isn't luck. It's the result of small decisions that are consistently nurtured. If you like content like this and want to learn more about books that can change the way you think about money and life, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Here, we'll talk about book contents in a light, simple, and impactful way. Because a used book doesn't mean it's outdated. Sometimes the old ones are the most valuable. See you in the next episode, and remember, your small choices today determine your future later.